Hello everyone, the theme here. Ever since the Xbox One had launched, it's launched with a lot of restrictions and a lot of clauses in place and a lot of bullshit when it first launched that a lot of people just didn't even bat an eye, or they were like, fuck you, and then they just moved on to other things like Sony PlayStation 4s and even Wii U's to a certain extent. Now, okay, let's not get this mixed up here. I have an Xbox. I have an Xbox 360. I do not have an Xbox One. Now, and that goes with the launch that they did 2 years ago. At this time, it's 2015. Not even the launch 2 years ago. They did their reveal 2 years ago. In 2013, they did their reveal. And all the stuff that they announced, all the stuff that they tried to force upon us, and even the digital gaming and the online all the time and camera and microphone, all that bullshit. Many people looked at that and they were like, middle fingers and middle toes to you motherfuckers. I'm taking my money to the competition. Yo, Sony! And I didn't even do that shit. I don't own the PS4 yet. But it's pretty funny how all their things are being turned over and reversed. And you have people that are getting praised for it. Now, Phil Spencer. He's done a lot to erase all the bullshit that was implemented in the Xbox One in the first place. And that's why a lot of people stayed away from it, because of the bullshit that was put into it in the first place. And Phil Spencer has been doing his best to try to remedy all of that. The problem is that, number one, yes, it's a better late than never type of situation, but that shit should have never been in the first. It shouldn't have been there in the first place. So giving this guy praise for doing exactly what needed to be done in the first place, I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna give anybody praise. Plus, what people fail to realize is that Phil Spencer himself was a part of that bullshit in the first place. This is a lot of people don't understand that. Oh, no, it was just Don Matrix. No. Don Matrix has been out since 360. And he implemented a lot of things there. But even when the conversation about the Xbox One started, somebody should have said something. Someone like Phil Spencer, hey, maybe these are not great ideas. Let's reconsider all this. No, Phil Spencer was a part of it. Now he's just taking over, and now he's just trying to cover all of his ass and trying to get the revenue coming in, like any business should. But Adam Orff, in on it. Major Nelson, in on it. Phil Spencer, in on it. All of these guys were in on the bullshit that Microsoft was trying to put in place and have us stick to it. So now, the parity clause is pretty much over. That's what they're saying. That's what Phil Spencer is saying. And my point is that this should have never been in the first place. Indie games. You know, a lot of indie games get a lot of flack and they get a lot of bullshit. Oh, indie games are not that good. No. Anybody that makes an indie game, that puts an indie game out, some of them are good, some of them are bad, but that's to say anything about any game. Any game can be good, any game can be bad, give or take. So the more games that you have, the more variety that you have, and the more that your system can get noticed and the more that your system can take off. Stopping that is a bunch of bullshit in the first place. Give me a break. What do you buy video game systems for, people? Ladies and gentlemen, what do you buy video game systems for? Your answer better be to play video games. All that other shit that comes with video game systems, you can have other shit to do that with. I can watch TV on my TV with my cable provider. I can watch DVDs with a DVD player. I can watch Blu-ray with a Blu-ray player. I can watch Netflix. I mean, come on. You have other things for those certain functions. So what Phil Spencer needs to do, what the Xbox division needs to do, is concentrate on the games. And games only. They're coming out with this HoloLens. How many games do you think that's going to be able to support? How many are those games are going to be good games? Is this going to be another Kinect? Is this going to be a colorful Virtual Boy? Same thing can be said about Project Morpheus. Same shit. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, we got to concentrate on the games here. What Microsoft needs to do is get more exclusives, just like they had back then when the original Xbox. Bring back some fucking worthy titles that a lot of people would buy, would play, would own, especially if they remember them from back then. Because you need them to compete with certain other titles. A lot of people didn't understand. It's like, wait a minute, why did they get rid of this title, this title, this title, this title? We haven't seen sequels to these. I'm the same way. As an Xbox and Xbox 360 owner, I would love for certain titles to come back. Make Assault. Make a return. Please. Blinks the Time Sweeper? Improve that shit, especially with the technology that there is nowadays and the graphics and the sound and what they can do with the hard drive and all that bullshit. Bring back that Blinks Time Sweeper. Bring that shit back. Crimson Skies 2. Enough said there. Please. Bring back make another Kung Fu Chaos. Make a Fusion Frenzy 3. There are a lot of titles out there that developed by Microsoft Studios. Well, it says Microsoft Studios on the box. On the games themselves that they can actually bring back, and they can actually have their competition flowing again with their first party titles. So if anything, Phil Spencer, anyone in the Xbox division, that's what you need to do. You need to bring out games. Okay, you announced certain titles at E3. You showed a game called Recore, which was full motion video, and no one even knows what that game is about. Show some gaming footage, and then we can we have to reserve judgment until we see gaming footage. Oh, Recore, it looks awesome. We haven't seen any gaming footage yet. Bring gaming footage, and then let us do some judging. We have Halo. Halo that's a lock. And some people are getting sick of that. Some people are getting tired of, all the other stuff. Forza, why didn't we have Project Gotham with that? I don't understand that. Project Gotham was a very good fucking game. Then, you have Fable. Yes, you have Fable. You got Tomb Raider, that's a time exclusive, but that's not enough. We need more games. That's what it's all about, good gaming. So please, if anybody, fat chance, from the Xbox division that's listening, you need to talk and try to bring, and even consider bringing those titles back. Understand there's a lot of red tape, but if there is, explain it to us. Why there's a lot of red tape at least, or take it into consideration that those games on your system and your system only can help your system thrive. Just saying. Anyway, some people call this the Xbox 180, which is hilarious because that's all they're doing to try to make up for all the bullshit that they said years ago. Something to think about. This is the theme, and I'll see you later. Credits.